Hello there. Welcome to our podcast. Now, here live on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm Nuno, one of the teachers and head of pedagogy of the Rose Meditation. And today I'm by myself. Usually I'm here with Fernanda. She usually shared the stage with me and we talk about different subjects. But today she couldn't make it, so I'm here by my own. And we are going to talk about how impactful is our methodology towards your quality of life. Most of my students, they connect the practice as a mindfulness routine, so a they can have more quality of life, more sense of presence in their choices, in their actions, in their professional life, more productivity, and also to navigate towards professional life and personal life at ease with no problem at all. But how does that work? How actually doing breath work or the plank position or any other technique that we teach can actually make such a huge impact in your life? One of the reasons is because it's an ancient way to train. So it's validated throughout 5,000 years that we have been training this way. And so even if science wasn't able to prove since recently and proving just a tiny little bit of what we are doing, it worked. Like traditions, they work because they are valid through the execution of millions of people throughout centuries or millennia. And so, simple things that happen during a Rose class. For example, you are training breath work, and then you do body positions that challenge your balance, your strength, your flexibility. But what you're training in the second level is your focus. If you're giving the time of 1 hour to do a Rose class, probably for, I would say, 50 minutes of that class, there's the welcoming, we talk a little bit, and then we go to the class, and then there's the ending. So imagine you have a 1 hour class and then just shortened a little bit. And the whole time you are training focus. The teacher will be guiding you to keep your mind into one thing that you're doing. Either is breathing, abdominal contractions, backward flexions, torsions, relaxation, meditation. All of those techniques are ways to train how focused you are. And by doing those techniques, even though you develop your strength, you become more flexible, you improve your lungs capacity, but you are also improving your concentration levels. So with that, you'll be able to take better decisions. And that's a common feedback from my students. At the end of the class, they take decisions and then they share with me as a feedback, say, no, when I take a decision at the end of your class are the best decisions. And decisions are based on your personal beliefs, values, the sense of direction that you have in life. And the class, Ada Rose class, will be also bring that mental clarity to you. When you improve your focus, imagine that your mind is very dispersed, having multiple thoughts, thinking about multiple things, and then suddenly, through the techniques, you'll be able to channel your attention into one thing. So that means you're building up mental clarity. At the same time, you are stabilizing, you are settling down your emotions. And so at the end, when you finish a class, you will be more equipped for better decision making. And that makes a lot of sense, right? Besides that, also during the class, you will be training subtle things such as your facial expression. Uh, it is quite common. My newcomers, I have this kind of signature technique. We are doing breath work, for example, and I say, Even for the newcomers, I like to teach a very advanced technique, even in the first class. And I see sometimes the eyebrow opening, like moving, and it's just adding a smile while doing breathing. Simple as that. And with that, you are training lightness in your facial expression. And imagine how impactful that is if you continue to train that ability of smile even when it's challenging, even when you're focused. So you are in a meeting and you are with a light expression on your face. Imagine how it will be the response of your teammates, for example. Or if you think the opposite, you enter a meeting, a very closed facial expression, how do you expect to end? How do you expect to roll the subject till the end? But if you're light, probably will be open to ideas, suggestions, and in a collective way, and you will be able to build a solution to your problems. And imagine you're learning that in a DeRose class while breathing and smiling, and then it has an impact solving a problem in your company or in your department, for example. And that's quality of life. You are caring about your teammates, you are providing a safe environment in a meeting room with a subtle smile. Say, come on, let's solve this problem. And you smile. You're not laughing at the problem. You are saying, guys, I'm open to hear you out, hear your ideas, your suggestions, your inputs, your insights, and let's build a solution together. It's beautiful when you can do that, right? Uh, but there's it doesn't need to be related to work as well. Sometimes you just want to make better decisions because you want to downshift. For example, oh, I'm exhausting, too many hours commuting and then working a lot of hours. I don't feel that I have time for myself. And most of the times you start by doing the Rose classes. And you'll be sitting there, breathing, then moving, stretching, training that mindful approach to your well-being. And then you decide to make small changes. Say, oh, I have time for myself. I do it like 3 times a week. That's okay. And since I know I have 3 hours of the week to have that time for myself, the me time, and now I can make other decisions. And that's why when we provide the classes online, we are reaching out to exactly those people that are looking for that. Uh, there's a chance that probably if you are watching this, there's a DeRose studio or school nearby. And if you are just, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't go. Being in a physical location is just great. And if you have that opportunity to do so. But there are those who just move to smaller cities or to the countryside, or they decide to work from home. They have more space available in their house. They like to cook their meals. They have what they need to work in a remote way, but they don't have, for example, a DeRose studio to do our classes. So you have the online options. Same way as happen when only the big cities have shopping malls. And only if you live in a big city, you're able to buy good products. And then you have Amazon and other platforms that are selling that worldwide. You can live in a small village, a 10 inhabitants village, and still you can have Amazon providing you a package there if you like to buy something. That same way, we can reach out to you with our live classes. And with this special and really important ingredient for us, the human interaction. Here I'm talking just to myself, but today I'm not sharing the stage, but it's something that I really, really love and appreciate. Waiting for the class to start, and then students jumping into the Zoom call, and then having that time that we talk a little bit at the beginning, and you have that time like, okay, now I'm going to connect with like-minded people. And so I start talking, I share some insights, something that I read, something, a good restaurant that I went, whatever. And then we do the class, and you feel that sense of belonging that so many of us are looking for by having like-minded people traveling this journey of mindful living in within the Rose platform, the Rose meditation that we have. So, if you are aligned with that, if that is your intention, if that's something that you are willing to give time, to invest time, you are more than welcome to join our classes. And they happen in 4 different languages. We have teachers in different countries, so that means different time zones. So there's a big chance that you're going to find a class that fits your schedule. And right now, if I'm not wrong, we have students from Australia all the way to probably the further west will be LA. Okay, so there's a huge um, coverage of classes in different time zones. So that's great. And we have different languages. I'm here talking in English, but I also teach classes in Portuguese since I'm Portuguese. And we have classes in French, we have classes in Spanish as well. So if you're multilingual, that's even great. You have even more classes available, which is amazing. But going back to the quality of life, imagine you have the time to invest on yourself, the me time, and that me time is providing you tools proven through time because it's the most ancient way to train. They are efficient, there's no BS and no woo woo. We just teach what really works. You don't need props, you don't need gadgets, you just need a cell phone, an iPad, a laptop, and a Zoom call will do the job. And a little bit of space available. If you can lie down on that space, you'll be able to do all of the classes. That's the thing. And so, building that time, encouraging you to improve your quality of life. You're going to breathe better. You're going to improve your posture. You're going to feel more flexible. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more confident at the same time. A lot of the things we teach during the class, for example, you're training balance positions, standing on one foot. And a lot of people, the beginners mostly, will be looking down to the floor. Look straight ahead. And with that, imagine that you go to a conference room. Okay, you're going to give a lecture, a TED talk. You'll be probably challenged as standing on one foot. And if you look down, you lose the lecture, you lose the audience. But if you enter the stage looking straight ahead, with your chest open, with that confidence that the classes are training you, you're going to win that audience in the first second that you enter the stage. And so the practice works in so many different layers that we could be here probably forever talking about all those details. I'm going to focus on those that mostly the newcomers can experience, even in 14 days that we have as our free trial. In 14 days, you'll be able to breathe properly. You're going to improve your posture. You're going to understand the limits of your flexibility and strength and work from there. It's your home base. And then how the foundation and how do you grow your journey, your mindfulness journey with us. And of course, connected with more people, which is great. Many of my classes, I have people from different countries that don't actually live in their own countries, probably living in other countries, attending to my class, different time zones, and they all gather in just one class. And so you're invited. You're invited to invest on yourself. invest on your quality of life, invest in how this ancient way of train is actually working even 5,000 years later. All right. So my invitation is to go to our bio if you're watching this on Instagram, or go to the YouTube info, or even down in the description of this video, and you find a link so you can enroll and claim your 14 days free trial, free of charge, no credit card, no attachments, and you just see a bunch of classes available, and then you book. Then when it's time to start the class, you join the class and you do the class live with real people in front of you, and you're going to experience by yourself, which is amazing. So the invitation is here. I hope to see you on the other side of the screen, and I'll see you next week. Probably Fernanda will be here with me as well. So until then, have a mindful week.